Hello, Steve Out 39. I'm here with my Supermans and that darn dog. Um, okay, so the new Superman film is going to be hitting streaming in a couple of days, after I think 35 days, and there's a lot of debate and discussion about is this too soon? And I thought it was interesting because yes, it is too soon, but will it really affect the box office? It's unclear. I mean, the studios, they do their math, they do their research, they know that films like this make their money in the first 30 to 40 days. So putting a film out onto streaming within 35 to 45 days has sort of become the norm. But I do think it's not so much that it steals the money, because most have already. No, it does. It does. I've got to be clear about this. It does. It is actually a bad thing. Basically, what happens is people who would have gone if it wasn't going to be available on streaming so soon don't go. People who would have seen it again because it's a long wait for it to become, to go on streaming would have gone and seen it again. So it has lost some money. Now, the people who, pay per view basically to watch it are going to pay, and the studio gets a bigger cut than they do of the box office. So they will probably make more out of it going to streaming early, possibly. I feel like the same people who streamed it, who rented it or whatever, I'm not sure what term, I guess rented it, bought it, I think would have bought it in another week or two or another month. I think the same. I don't think they're losing any money by doing that. I think both things are more valuable the more exclusive they are, the more important they are. If you can't see the film except in cinemas, you're more likely to go to the cinema. If you have to wait to see it on streaming, you're going to see it in the cinema more. But I think you're going to appreciate getting it on streaming because you had to wait and you made that choice and you held out for it, and now you've got it. I don't think they're going to lose sales by having a few more weeks in between the two, because back in the day there was a big space between the film being in the cinema, coming onto home video, DVD entertainment, home entertainment, and then going onto TV, and then streaming last as it was a thing, as it became a thing. And the problem we have now is that all the different outlets for these films used to sort of work together in a chain. In there was like a path. Now they're all competing against each other, and I think it's actually hurting. So yes, I think it's a bad thing to go streaming this soon. I think it clearly should be 60 days. So you get the full 45 days of the peak box office, and then another week or two in case it's got legs, and then people who couldn't wait, or people who couldn't wait will go see it, but people who could wait, who have waited, can have it, and I think they'll appreciate it more. So I think actually just giving people what they want right away, it's like, oh, I don't have to wait for that, I can get it next week on streaming. It undermines both, and I think it does hurt the box office, so I don't like it. So that's my main point, that these outlets basically are now competing against each other instead of complementing each other and just being this chain of releases. Now it's like everyone's rushing to get their piece of the pie. Like there's only one piece. Like no, there's different pieces to go around, and they used to understand this, and now they're all fighting over the same piece. And now instead of the whole pie, they've just got one little piece they're fighting over. And I feel like the whole industry has sort of cut itself down like that, and it's not a good thing. So yeah, I just had to have my little piece about that. And the only good thing about it, of course, is myself, who died 5 years ago, and I'm talking to you from the afterlife. I don't go to the movies anymore. I don't have to wait as long to get it, but that's just me. Most people would have gone to the cinema because they're alive, so it's fine. So yeah, so I don't know. I think they should hold off longer. I think it'll help the box office, and I think it'll make people appreciate streaming more. And I also think having less streaming movies, because a streaming movie doesn't give you the satisfaction and the comfort food feel that a TV show or a streaming show does. And it doesn't give you the same experience of a cinematic film, a theatre release. So I think they should focus more on, and this is what something Paramount said themselves recently with the takeover and their new approach to how they're going to rebuild that studio, is to focus on theatrical experiences, theatrical releases with proper windows, and streaming series, not movies. So no streaming movies, just, I even dropping a whole series in one go is bad, because people, they binge it in one go, of course, but that's it. You get like one big promo weekend and then it's gone. Whereas having it week to week, people talk about it, it becomes part of their life, it becomes an experience, something that's lived. And this is something they've sort of lost in the streaming era, and they need to get back to that and separate these two sort of things. And I think they're both going to benefit for it. So that's my 2 cents. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of these sort of release date windows and how it could affect the new Superman film.